It was the showdown of the century! Pond Ranger and Moltrix, our favorite breadwinner and tomorrow's leftovers. As Pond was about to deliver their final blow, they locked eyes and they saw themselves in each other. Then the civilians witnessed something they never expected. Our beloved Pond reached out their hand to Moltrix and...
Reach out, feel myself connecting. You're safe, your smiles are protecting.
Each step that I make new again. Racing through the night, and we know it is right. Kimi wa korisa, ishou ni perfect future ni nigitai.
It was the showdown of the century! Pond Ranger and Moltrix, our favorite breadwinner and tomorrow's leftovers. As Pond was about to deliver their final blow, they locked eyes and they saw themselves in each other. Then the civilians witnessed something they never expected.
My name is Eggy Draco. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. Former VTuber, current human being? God, she's so pretty. Oh my god. It was back in early 2024 when I went to an idol concert in Japan on a whim because of my VTuber Oshi who graduated. Needless to say, I got hooked. I think we like idols. After meeting and talking to 2 English-speaking idols there, I realized every single idol has a story, be it why they chased this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. To learn more about idol culture, listen and talk to idols around the world, be it from Australia to Japan to here in the US, and to give them a platform to tell their story. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. After 1 year, Pond Ranger is back for an encore. We'll be talking about Bread Party 2025, the new EP, and more. All eyes on me. IDOLEYEZ, episode 60, Pond Ranger, Encore Edition. It's gotta load.
Everyone.
Hello.
Ah! Hello, everyone.
Wow. A little bit early, but
False alarm. False start.
But yeah. Hi. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. This is Mighty Eggy Drago with Idoleyez, episode 60. 60 episodes of this show.
Holy shit.
That's absolutely nuts. But we have ourselves a special Idoleyez for tonight, as we have this idol has won a gold medal in swimming in the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. They are an off connoisseur. They speed ran Deltarune and they beat Sands in one try. This is Pond Ranger. Pew 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 pew.
I'm cream, I'm crop, I'm creaming, I'm top, I'm Pond Ranger, and I'm white for some reason.
But yes, Pond, welcome back to the show. I think it's been exactly a year.
It basically has, I think. I would have to look. I'll check that after the stream.
Wait,
but
I think so, because like it
yeah.
was August, like right before the whiff. RIP
yeah.
whiff. But yeah,
RIP
welcome back to the
whiff.
show. A lot has happened.
Yes.
It's been almost a year, so a lot has happened here. To briefly recap, I don't remember. I usually do the recaps for like Sunny and Phoebe. But Pond, you were also on the show.
What?
We talked about Guardian. We talked about Sanjo. We talked about It's been a while. It's been a while.
Bread party? I think the first.
First bread party. Yeah.
And then I destroyed your show and turned it into a shit post.
It's you're
back in March, and
yeah.
then you let me back on.
Yeah. By the way, episode 16, August 17th. So literally a little
crazy,
almost a year.
That wasn't even planned. That was not even planned at all.
Yeah. on those birthday, I interviewed you.
A gift.
A gift.
Now we're friends.
Yeah.
We're friends. Let's do ibuprofen together.
a lot has changed in a year, but
God.
Let's get this show on the road. We talked about your origin story in the last episode, so we might as well catch up with what has happened in this previously in the year 2025, the big 2025, starting with the birthday of the century known as
Let's do it.
Bread Party 2025. So, you hosted Bread Party 2025, which was your birthday live. What, as someone who organizes like idol events, what goes into planning an event of this scale?
So Bread Party is a little different. Things are kind of shifting nowadays to working with venues, but this is still a venue that we end up renting out. So a lot of it is planning for like the venue, the sound equipment, what we want to achieve, and then like guests and things like that. Trying to think, but I'm trying to hold everything in to spread across. Spread across all these questions.
All right.
Yeah, but what goes into it is a lot of planning and a lot of hoping that it doesn't crash and burn.
I see. Like, from 2024 to 2025, a lot has happened between both birthdays. What would you say was the significant changes for this year's Bread Party?
So some of the significant changes is we upped the production value on the like AV this year. Last year it was like just one monitor, one camera, one shot. We streamed it, and this year we had a better sound setup. We had multiple mics last time, but we had more monitors and speakers, different sound setup, and a whole AV corner dedicated to like the stream, multicam setup, the royal cam.
Yeah, Royal Cam was great.
which is the Royal Cam was great. We turned Royal into a Pikmin. Production. I see in the chat production value. You mean Royal Cam? Emmy award-winning producer Lance. Yeah.
Very much a beneficial person to have on staff, especially for Red Party.
I am incredibly lucky to have a lot of people, my friends, willing to like volunteer their like time and energy towards Red Party.
Yeah, I was not, like, 2 years in a row I was not at Red Party, but technically last year I didn't know who you were before until after, but like 2025 I was stuck in the Philippines, but I watched a stream. So
Yeah.
so good enough. 2026 I don't
We're already
know.
planning.
I don't
We're
know
already
if,
planning.
I don't know if I can go. Maybe I'll I might be stuck in the Philippines again and also Japan. It's just
All right, Bread Party to the Philippines. We're going to the Philippines.
I have to watch it on a stream again, but it is what it is. But we'll see. With Bread Party comes a lot of like performers, especially last year and now this year. Well, last year you had Royal, you had had Alex Pinku. This year, some of the same crop of people, but also some new additions like, well, Michael from Flair and Pengi. What was the process like for getting, and Aiden, and what was the process like of getting like other performers on board?
So for Bread Party, like unlike a lot of other events that I'm involved in where there's like a whole application process, they're all sort of like my friends that I know were available and wanted to do it. It's that's not to say that people, the other performers I know that like do perform, that are my friends, didn't get picked. It's just like more like availability and space and time. But yeah, it's mainly just like I called in a favor and they showed up.
Hey, you want to perform?
Hey, you want to perform at Bread Party? Sure, okay.
I see. So, you got a good bunch of a good crop of people. What was I gonna say? Good crop of people on board for performing. Were there any other people that you asked but they couldn't appear?
I'm trying to think. So a lot of it really was just reaching out to some of my friends and being like, "Hey, do you want to perform at Bread Party?" But that's basically the extent. Yeah, Bread Party is just me making phone calls.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was wondering, like, if were there any other people or not?
Were there any other people? So I wanted to actually invite my friend Phoebe to perform this year. We've been trying to link up. We're like ships in the night with regard to like setting up Red Party. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe 2026, we'll see what happens.
I mean, if Phoebe can,
I'll shoot my shot.
If Phoebe can appear in the East Coast with JoeCon and Otacon and Idol Harmony Con, maybe Bread Party. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll see. Steiner, call me back.
Steiner, hit me up. But especially with Bread Party, very special set that you would have to plan out. What songs are why? How did you organize your set list for this event?
So, all right, let me think back.
Follow me,
And
set me free.
So,
Trust me, and we will escape.
we
from
thought
the
it would
sea.
be. We thought it would be a really funny bit if we had Sonic music. Not once, but twice. Like I knew that going in, and we'll talk a bit about the EP later, but I knew going in that like I was going to like be releasing like something within the next year. the next year, not even within the next year, and trying to strike a balance between the like Power Ranger Sancho era and then this upcoming new era was really important to me. So it was a lot of old favorites, a lot of stuff I performed on tour, a lot of songs that I know that like really hit, a lot of stuff that I perform like Rebellion. I've been performing since like 2021 ish, and then like new favorites. I previewed Complete the Circuit for the first time at Bread Party 2025, so that was fun. And I think I ended up doing God Knows. I have a list of songs that I don't perform because it will make me cry if I do it, that
Really?
I'm like working through. So there's like, I was like, okay, we'll take one off the list. Take one off the list. But other than that, it's striking a really like a balance between the new era and the old era, being kind of in between. Shout out to the cry list.
The cry list.
I see in the chat. Yeah.
Do you have like a specific song that is you know, like when you think of Bread Party 2025, what is like the one song that you perform that you instantly think of?
I have two actually, because it's God Knows, right? Because no one really expected it. And then it's also the Nico Nico Doga medley.
Oh yeah.
Which
At
when
the
I
end.
dropped it, when I dropped it in the chat, it was like basically figuring out which chunk of my friends are like longtime nerds and which chunk of my friends like recently got into like stuff like this. So like it's that was really fun, and you can tell I think in the video who is the fresh to this like otaku nerd stuff, and those that have been long time nerds.
Yeah, because that medley was like in 2010, 2011. I kind of remember because like 2005. Oh, okay. So I might have watched a different re-uploaded version back in like 2011 on YouTube. Where
yeah, I think it's from like 2005 or 2006, 2007 maybe. Which is I'm 26 years old.
I
have
too.
to remind myself that 26 is young.
I don't know,
and
man.
Not ancient and decrepit. And
I feel old, but that's just me as a 26-year-old.
We can be old together. Like I need you to know that I pulled my back before Otakon. I was like, this is how it ends. They're gonna have to send me to the glue factory.
No.
Horse sashimi, God, prison.
But yeah, I would say for me, Escape from the City, and then I would say Perfect Future. I really remember, like, that is very much like instantly when I think of Bread Party, I think of those two performances. Especially like when, like, I think when you did Perfect Future, I didn't know you were like debuting stuff from the newest EP, so I was like, oh wow, this sounds like new song. It, you know, that's cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, those were, I would say, like the top songs or performances that I would like think of from this event, from your set. But yeah. But also with the Birthday Live comes the Birthday Live special outfit. Because you didn't wear your usual idol suit, idol getup, attire.
Yeah.
But you wore like the silver getup with like a ribbon. Was it like something you designed, or like did you?
So interesting enough, it was a pre-bought piece from Taberu no Sky, which is like a shop from Japan, and I mean, again, we'll talk about it with the EP, but like with Bread Party, kind of splitting the difference between an old and new upcoming era. Um, and I'm a big fan of when like an artist does something that's like it's not that deep. No, it's X. It's always that deep. So I'm seeking to implement this, the ribbons, the like brocade, because I had already planned for the EP costume to be made of like a silver, like the silver brocade that it is, um, with the ribbon ties and all the flowy elements. So I was like, okay, well, bring that in for the birthday outfit, and then uh, a little teaser,
Yeah, a little bit of a foreshadowing of
taste.
what was to come. Like
Foreshadowing.
a couple months later.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
Yeah, alliteration is
A little.
is a thing. But going back on topic, yeah, so like it was very much silver, and then like a few months later, he debuted the new costume at Otakon, also silver, which is pretty cool. But what was the meaning of like the what is it, the ribbon on the side?
The ribbon. So, actually, it was. I don't have it on me. I should have prepared this. So it's a rosette, actually. Much like the other bread party outfit that had like the rosette on the hip. Gestures. I don't remember what side it was on. This I had a similar rosette like pinned to me, and all of my other performers also had rosettes as well. I think VIP also got like handmade rosettes, and I made them myself actually. So, as I'm very proud of those. I love those a lot.
It looked cool. From like your outfit, I don't think I saw the ones that VIPs had.
Yeah, I can see if I have a picture, and I'll show you after stream, and I can post it after after we wrap here. But yeah, there's some of my favorite pieces that I've made.
So with this event, how do you feel after everything has happened? How do you feel about it?
I feel like it was a great success, actually. We had a lot of new moving parts with regard to like the new AV stuff, the Royal Cam, I mean the off Kai that we're about to talk about later, and like all these, and the fact that like I, even though I was prepared, I feel like I started promoting it a little later than I like anticipated. Which I mean, still a month is still a lot, but also like still at the time when there's like uncharted territory, especially for such a big event, all the time you can have to promote it is important. So there are a lot of these little moving parts that like could have hitched and gone wrong, and then like made everything crash and burn, but it didn't.
It did not.
And now all of the people that I work with for Bread Party are people that I know now who do WSF, Wodo Sans Frontiers, which is running an event tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll also talk about that.
It's the Bread Party team. It's the Bread Party team.
It's literally everyone, kind of.
Yeah. And people from around the world like tuned in, which is crazy to think about. It was like we had people tune in from Taiwan. Shout out to Jared. But apparently a bunch of idols. So back 2014 Bread Party, a bunch of Thai idols tuned into the stream, right? To kind of check out what exactly was going on because of Ashes. Hi Ashes, hi if you're in the chat. To check out, but basically just check out like it was like, oh, what is this? Like usually all of these things are at conventions and things. And then in 2025, a bunch of Taiwanese idols and managers like tuned in and were like, we need to go to the States. We now need to go to the States. And it's like, oh shit. The thought that people internationally are looking at Bread Party and being like, if this is what it's like in the States, then we need to go. And that's really important to me, especially for growing idol culture here. And let me think what else. Really, just really fantastic stuff. To the point where now people refer to birthday lives generally as blank party, which also makes me really happy. Someone like earlier this year for Alex Pinku's birthday event, someone asked me if I was going to Pinku party. And I was like, what do you mean Pinku party?
But yeah, I mean,
It's great, but it's so crazy. It's crazy to think about that people look like saw Brad Party and looked at it and was like, yes, this rocks actually, and that's the best, one of the best feelings ever.
yeah, hopefully like with people with idols like watching Brad Party, hopefully that'll be the turning point for actual like Thai idols and like Taiwanese idols to come over here, because you know it's very rare and like it'd be groundbreaking, I'd say.
International exchange.
Yeah. Would there, like, do you have like anything that you would want to change going back to it in retrospect?
I think I'd like some more time to like promote it, a little more time to cook up some of these elements. I mean, that's just sort of one of the nature of doing things live, right? Is
Right.
that anything can happen. But like, you know, you can pray and prepare and sacrifice your firstborn and everything, and it still go wrong. So like, you know, I don't think, outside of very small things like that, I don't think there's really anything I would change about Bread Party, really.
What do you want to see happen with Bread Party 2026?
One of the things I would really love to see happen is we sold out our venue a week before the event. And one of the things that I would love to see, because we're trying to figure out if we should stay in the same venue or if we should explore other venues in the same area. And I have a dream in my mind that Bread Party 2026 is going to be sold out like 3 weeks before the event. and that's crazy. That's a crazy thought.
Yeah, I mean, like it is tough promoting an event, because like, you know, like there's a ton of events that where people have like promoted and like it's slowly trickled in that people are buying tickets, but like the final 3 days, the final 2 days before the event, people buy and rush and like, cool. I mean,
Cool.
yeah, but
I mean that's how it is. That's how it goes. Most people don't know what they're doing until like a couple days before.
yeah, it was a problem in the Sydney scene, and they were like, guys, please buy your tickets earlier, please. But yeah, but yeah, hopefully Bread Party 2026 will be 2,000 times better
Yes.
than 2025. And 2025 was, you know, I'd say an amazing event from what I saw and from what Ando told me. So
I think it was basically perfect, actually. I don't want to be like we peaked, but but it will be a hard year to beat.
for sure.
So we'll do our best for it. We're going to make it even better next year.
With Bread Party out of the way, and we might as well, before we talk about your new CP, we have like a little section about off-kais, because
Yeah.
I would think you're like the very first US idol that hosted an off-kai, I think, question mark.
Yeah, I think I am the first, at least in North America, which is interesting. Because I could have sworn that someone had done this before me. I guess another win for Bread Party. It was weird. So I did have some people go like, what do you mean people are paying to hang out with you? That's fucked up and weird. And I was like, no, we're going to the museum. It's like, the way I would describe it is like, because my like idols in Japan do it, idols
Yeah.
in Taiwan do it, idols in idols in Thailand do it, and it's imagine it less as you are paying to hang out with me and more. Do you remember when you were in school and you had to like get your parents to give you like $20 to go to the aquarium and fill out a permission slip for like the class field trip? It's the class field trip, but for me instead of for school.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like from what I remember, being the first U.S. idol to do this, when did you feel it was the right time to like actually host one?
So it was something that like I was like, I would really like to do this. I think this would be a really fun thing to bring to the States, a more casual setting, because for the most part, it is either like, if you are interacting casually, it's in like a Discord server or like at a convention or at an event. But most of the times that people like interact with like the idols in general, it's like, hi, bye, 10 seconds, or
Yeah.
a purchase is to be made, or it's a concert where like there's no actual like interaction past a performance. So I was like, this could be really fun to bring to the States. This could be a really fun thing to do for the States. And it was. um, it's. I figured it was time. I was worried that it wouldn't stick, that people wouldn't really get it. And, I got some people being like, what the fuck's wrong with you for doing an off kai in the States? But, like, people showed up. People showed up and hung out with me, and it was really fun. Everyone realized that doing a group activity together is actually really fun.
Like I remember talking with my Oshis, like Gumi and Ria. I think like the topic of off kais came up because like they asked if there were any off kais that happened in the States, and I was like, at that time, which was like, I want to
Yeah.
say July of 2024, no.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's safe, but I guess with the two examples that you did, like the aquarium and the museum, like it's completely safe. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, and then it is basically a group meeting, like, if that makes sense. Because it's not like just one-on-one and there's like an inherent danger to that. It's like, I've got management and staff, and I got other people that are cool and normal that are willing to like speak up.
segueing into that, we might as well talk about the first off kai that you did, which was the aquarium, which was I think like a day before Red Party, right?
Yeah, it was the night. Yeah, it was the Friday. Yeah, that Friday, that weekend, and then we did Idolize that night, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think we did that, and then we like went to the Airbnb and then did, if I remember right. Maybe I don't. That's bad. But it was really fun. A couple of people showed up. A lot of my friends showed up, and it was a really fun way to kick off the weekend. A lot of people said that they wanted to go, but they weren't able to go because it was like during a work day, which is totally understandable. But that's and it made me realize that like I wanted to do more things like this, at least semi-regularly.
Yeah, like I would say doing these off kais are very much, I would say, beneficial because like you
Yeah.
get to know the idol in like a personal setting compared to like just buying a checky and having like 1 minute to talk, but or like buying a with life and having like 5 minutes to talk. But
Yeah.
going into that, like how do you feel like talking to people or like hanging out with people in a casual setting compared to like seeing them at a convention or seeing them at Bupon?
It feels way less like strict and regimented. So like talking at a convention, like there's often times where I can't like really just stop and like have like a hour long conversation, or like at conventions, like for example at Otakon, after a certain point staff was like, you need to cut everyone off at like a minute or two, because of line requirements, and it's just not enough time. But like, I really do enjoy talking to my fans and being able to talk about stuff. And these offkais allow us to have like a 2 to 3 hour stretch where I could just hang out with everyone and chill and do something together. And it feels less like I'm sitting there and I'm working and I'm on and I have to be locked in, and more like a casual hangout where I could just speak freely and like walk around and check things out and point things out and tell people about stuff. Like with the museum that we did, I think back in June, everyone kind of got to hang around the the museum, and I got to talk a little bit about some of my favorite pieces and like some of my influences, and everyone got to like take in a whole fresh perspective of art, um, which is really meaningful to me. And also everyone like hung out. There was like a moment at the Zimmerly, because there's like a kids corner in like a gallery of children's book illustrations, and it's just like a set of tables with like crayons and colored pencils and like blank paper, and you can just doodle. And everyone all collectively had the same idea, walked right into there and just started like doodling. And so for like 15 minutes, we all just sort of sat and like drew things, and like made each other laugh and everything. And that just straight up wouldn't happen at like Bupon. That just straight up wouldn't happen at like a convention unless people decided to actively take time and create their own little pod. But that wouldn't happen during like a performance. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very casual.
Yeah, like from my experience, because Idolize was kind of like
Yeah.
birthed out of like going to offkais, because like I went to
Yeah.
like 2 birthday offkais where it was just a bar and I just drank and just asked questions with my Oshis.
So fun, actually.
And I'm like, hey, how did you become an idol? Da, 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 da. Like, how did you move here? And then Idolize became a thing. But yeah, so
Yeah.
very much the personal aspect of being able to just hang out with your Oshi is pretty good compared to
Yeah.
just like seeing them for like a minute,
Yeah, and it's allowed me to like know my fans better, and it's also allowed my fans to like make friends with each other in a way that they probably wouldn't like normally be friends with each other. Like there's a difference between like being in a Discord server together and kind of knowing each other and like seeing each other's names online and things like that, and it's like, oh, you have the same Oshi as me and I primarily see you online, and another to like actually sit and hang out with those people online,
Right.
which is really
Yeah. Well, hopefully I can go to one on if I'm ever on the East Coast again. But
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Also, I see the phrase "apes together strong" in the chat, and that is essentially it.
As someone who held 2 successful offkais, if there are other idols that potentially want to host an offkai, what advice would you give them?
Double and triple check the permissions of the place that you were looking to like do like an offkai at. Like for the museum, it was fine. It's an open public space. I believe it's owned by Rutgers within operating hours, and they're fine with groups. But and with the aquarium, it's as long as you're purchasing a ticket, it doesn't really matter because people come over there for birthdays all the time. There's like a logistical thing, but like if you need to get permission, make sure that you get your permissions in order first. It doesn't help to like cold call or cold email or ask about this, like, hey, I'm having a gathering with a bunch of friends, we're gonna go here, we're gonna post about it online, and making sure that that's okay, because some places they don't allow it. And another thing is make sure that you have someone that is willing to keep an eye out. I haven't had the experience, thank God, but people are crazy.
Right.
And you just want to be safe, and it's hard when you're the idol to speak up sometimes. So having someone that is willing to essentially be staff for the event and like speak up if something does happen, that's important. Um, so time, place, safety, and also like um see interest checking with your fans. Make sure that like you're locked in and connected with your fans to see if this is something that you'd be able to do. um and that's why I see a lot of idols doing offkais now, and they're doing them surrounding like an event, like a big event for them, or like something of significance, which is like also really cool. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of fans that are located like relatively close to each other, so I can basically be like, okay, in a month we're gonna go do an activity. um put your name here, sign up. But so I know that like other people's audiences can also be like spread out across the country, so that's also a great option if to plan again, to plan an offkai around. Is if you have an event of significance, that's a great time to look around and see what you can do.
Yeah, I remember during AX, Sherry Ife had like a offkai, and that was like a day before she performed at the idol event there.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, because like with her, she's located in like Midwest. You might as well just go plan one at AX where everyone's gonna like conglomerate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. What else? Ooh, are there any dream places that you would want to host an offkai?
Dream place. I would like to like do one internationally. I don't think I have enough fans internationally for that, but I think it would be really fun to like, okay, we're gonna go take a walk in like Shibuya, and I'm in Japan, and we're gonna go Shibuya, we're gonna go to Fangame or something, or like
Buy dojins.
Buy dojins. We're gonna look in like secondhand shops and be a nuisance and gaijin smash all the way through. Or like, we're gonna go to a park. But like internationally could be really fun. I'd really like to do a karaoke one someday. I think that's really fun. Let me think what else. Like we have a list. Internal staff thing. We have a list of places. There's like a bug museum. That could be fun. Where is it? Hold on. Let me see. I have a list. I have a list. Future offkais. Karaoke, geology museum, rockers, Crayola experience.
Oh, I went there
in like
for summer camp.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I went there for a field trip. Wow, that's a throwback.
But it's like stuff like that. We like keep making lists. If anyone has ideas, send them to me, because I love being able to put stuff like this together. I love coordination and making plans. It's beautiful.
I kind of want to suggest something like, what about everyone takes a baking course together?
A baking course. That's You're smart. You have ideas.
We're gonna break bread, bake bread together. Might as well break it like after.
Bread baking off guy. That's crazy.
But
you might be cooking. You might even be baking.
But yeah.
Oh, this is really off topic, or semi-related, but like, long time ago, the idol group Plank Stars did a party bus performance offkai, which is crazy, and I would love to do that. Like, the possibilities are endless if you're just fucking around.
Just on a bus. I think like they had
on a bus through Tokyo, I think, or like Hiroshima or something like that.
I think there's a bus where like idols perform in there, and like the fans are also in there just cheering them on. So
Yeah.
maybe. But
Some,
yeah,
but yeah, it could be fun.
could be. Moving on to our next section, the cream of the crop, I would say, of this section. Haha, meta. Your
The top. The top of it all.
your newest EP, Kaizo Ningen, came out earlier this month.
Yes.
I remember you did preview a few tracks during Bread Party. You performed Complete the Circuit. You performed Perfect Future, and I think that was it, right? Question mark. Yeah.
Just for Bread Party, and then I held on to the last track until the very end. Or I performed it at Techo, but like I held on to it until the very end.
Gotcha. When did you start working on this project?
So I started working on this like 2 years ago. Like the inklings of like, I think it was during the production for Pound Ranger Sanjo. I was like, I should make an EP at some point if I don't crash out and burn and quit. And the process of releasing Pound Ranger Sanjo last year was so fun. I like got really locked in and like seared through it over the course of like the past year, because like for about a year I was just like developing concepts. I have like a bunch of different like song ideas like lying around, like concepts. Okay, I want to do this. Okay, I have this thing and it has this feeling and this vibe and these visual aspects, because I tend to work from the visual aspects first. I started working on it. I started learning at the start of 2024 how to make things in GarageBand, how to mess around with loops and stuff.
Right.
And I got good at it. Ish. I mean, I would say that I got good at it for myself, but like I got good enough at it that it stopped being like have you ever seen those like reels on Instagram that's like it's a Dr. Hanky Spanky on the beat and like it's just the most rancid vile thing that you could make.
It's
in
like the worst
GarageBand.
beat ever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when it stopped being that and started being like real songs. I was like, well, I should keep going with this. Then I had the thing with Aiden like cooking since forever ago. Like it was like part of an art trade. Aiden and their friend George like exchanged Aiden did art, and then George gave like a basic like demo composition track for us to use, and it sat there, and Aiden moved to Japan, and we kind of sat on it. We were like, what do we do with this? Do you want to work on it now? Do you want to keep playing with it? And then we ended up like letting it marinate essentially. And then towards the middle, once Aiden came back from Japan last year, we were like, we should make it a real thing. And then started working on it from there. We reached out to George, and he was like, actually, I'm a massive Tokusatsu fan, and I'm down to mess with this. And then at the end of last year, I was reached out to by Pumpoko in the Distance to create Gamer House Girl. And not so many words, but to create a song with them, and that's the story from there. And it was like, they're like, you want to write lyrics? And I was like, sure. I've never done that before. I did poetry classes, but I've never done that before. So all sort of coalesced, and then got really locked in on at the end of last year, and then we worked through to this year. And the last track was completed in June, which is crazy.
So it was one overture / intro, and then 3 tracks,
Yes.
and then It got officially released early August. I want to ask, like, what does the title of the EP mean?
So Kaizo Ningen is a term that literally means like cyborg. The original concept for this was kind of born out of like the fact that like I had a lot of surgeries, and there was like a bunch of working titles for like the EP, but last year I had reconstructive surgery on my nose. So Kaizo Ningen comes directly from like Kamen Rider. That's how they describe Takeshi Hongo he's Kaizo Ningen. He's a cyborg, an altered human. Is literally translated. And I had the surgery last year, and I was told like, it's just a deviated septum, it's normal. And then I come out of surgery, and with all of my take-home instructions is a thing about like a graft donor, because apparently my nose internally was like so crushed, like it like had completely collapsed, that I needed like a donor cartilage, which I didn't know that they did. I didn't know. It wasn't like a graft. It's just straight up like from an organ donor. I guess skin and cartilage is an organ, but like there's something really powerful about waking up from surgery and like after the first week starting to have some sort of like cognizance, and then you see like, oh, by the way, if you want to contact the family of the person that you were given cartilage
thanks
from,
for the cartilage.
And I'm like, I don't know what to. So that's and that's where I was like, oh, there's just like a part of like a whole other person I've never met.
And now they're in you.
That's a form of.
They're on
they're
you.
In me.
Kind
They're
of.
on me. They're inside my nose. But I was like, because it was originally just going to be the track of a song. It was going to be the name of the last song on the album originally. But I ended up like just using it for the title. I was like, you know what, now or never, man.
Gotcha. Well, it is an interesting concept to implement, and it's very much inspired from what had happened in your real life. So, yeah. Starting off the EP is the overture / intro. Kaizo Ningen Lives. Was there a reason you wanted to start it with an intro instead of just straight into a track?
So I had created walk-on music for Natsu Matsuri 2.
Oh, Puku Puku.
I created walk-on music. So okay, hands raised. Transformers fans that use Twitter.com and follow gay people on the internet. So okay, I don't know where to start with this. The reason I started with the intro is because with the overture is because it existed. I made it and I wanted to put it on the album, and that's the
basis of it.
That's the basic of it. But the longer answer is the reason why it was made is from a bit. So a show of hands in chat about gay people on the internet that like Transformers and are terminally online. Occasionally in the Transformers collecting scene, Hasbro will leak names for toys. It'll just be like, we're making a big fucking Optimus Prime. I mean, not literally. They're not gonna call him that, but like make a big Optimus Prime. Or like, and usually they're just like normal stuff, like, oh, it's a legacy, or it's like, oh, it's just it's a remake of a toy that came out in like 1997 that no one cares about. And one of the ones that showed up was the name Jalopy. For context, Jalopy is the name of someone's like fake 80s Transformer, like OC, who like smells bad and like breaks down in vehicle mode. It's a joke character. And there was a whole thing like when I was working on that was like there was someone, I need to find the post again. It was like jalopy theme music. I'm quitting my medical job to pursue music, and it's like a vile, vile, sick, foul, disgusting beat. And I was like, and I was developing that intro walk-on music, and I was like, it sounds like that. So there's the bit with Kaizo Ningen Lives.
I mean, very interesting backstory. I mean, like, I wouldn't have expected it to be from that. So,
yeah, and it is like a parallel to the Heisei D2 opener music that I made for me and Melancholia's collaboration performance at Northwest Idolfest last year. I think I haven't decided if I want to put it on the CD yet.
I mean,
I haven't decided if I want to put that on the CD, but I have it. I mean, I made it.
might as well, you know.
Might as well.
Special feature.
Special
bonus.
feature. I try to do something like that every single time.
But yeah, I was wondering, cause like, who else released an EP? Cassie-sama had like a overture / intro that she got from Jamie. I think Fable's EP started with an intro too, and I think we're running consistent with like EPs starting with intros. So
I think Paida's did too. At least First Contact, the album did. First Contact by Paida, I think, also opens with a what's it called, like a overture as well, which is cool.
Yeah. So like on Spotify, and like you briefly talked about it, cause like you were working, of like kind of just doing stuff in GarageBand, but like on Spotify you're credited as the composer for both the intro and Complete the Circuit. What was it like diving into that? Yeah.
So I grew up around like musicians. Like my dad has like original music. He played in bands and stuff. So like for the longest time, like I had no idea. I had no idea how to make stuff. And this kind of like loop, the production aspect of it, I, while working, thought about a lot of the stuff that I like grew up with, and that I had started getting into recently, and way back in the day, I was a Homestuck, which has a webcomic with fantastic music. I think anyone that hasn't read the webcomic is undersold how good Michael Bowman and Toby Fox's music is in for Homestuck. It's so good. It's exactly like that. So I started like looking into like how they did that, listening in for like patterns and things like that. So I continued with like I studied that, and I started studying a bunch of other songs, and from there I just started like putting things together until something sounded coherent and fun in the way that I wanted to. And that's kind of how it goes. So this is my first time ever releasing a song that I composed myself. This is the first time I've ever written a song in my life. So Complete the Circuit is the first time that I had ever made a song that wasn't just me messing around, like a song start to finish, on my own. Did the production, like not everything, but like did the production of. So it's I hope I did good.
Yeah.
I hope my training prepared me for Complete the Circuit, but I think I still have a lot to learn. But
Yeah. Like I do have a really good like admiration for like idols that produce their own stuff, or write their own lyrics or like do their own production. Because like I remember Sherry Ife didn't really know as much production before like heading into like creating like her songs and then becoming an idol, and then she just released her album or EP, and like wow, like that slow build up of like creative like that creative process evolving, you know. So
all it takes really is just one step, and like the curiosity to keep like pushing through, because eventually something will get made, whether you choose to release it or not. That's a whole other story, but like
just keep creating.
Just keep making stuff.
So with Complete the Circuit, compared to like I guess Panranger Sanjo or like Guardian, those were very much produced by other people. How is it to have that full creative freedom compared to like having someone else work on it?
It's really crazy actually. So for Complete the Circuit, as I mentioned, like I really look towards Michael Billman's music from Homestuck, but I also like pulled in a lot of the influences that I have of music that I like outside of like idol stuff. So like, I mean, the Proto Men, yes, but like more like bands like Man or Astro Man, which is like a surf punk band, and their music is absolutely fantastic too. I think a lot of their music pulls together not only like the surf rock thing. They're very space themed, but also like they pull in a lot of samples, and something like that, being able to use samples as I want, is something that's really hard to direct when you're working with like another composer. Like I can't just be like, can you use this sample and make it look like this in the way that it sounds in my brain. With like you know, if they don't use stuff like that, because like for Complete the Circuit, there's two or three samples. One of them is from like a Transformers commercial. It's the "Folks, These Robots Are Hot," from one of like the 80s Transformers commercials. There's a sample of like from one of the scenes in the robot anime Big O, of the like "Who the hell am I?" And in there is something from Ultraman Tato. One of the beam sound effects can be heard through the back of the like chorus. So check it out. Check it out. Listen for it. I also got really inspired by Hideki Nakanuma.
Ooh. The King of Samples.
For the King of Samples. And I listened to so much. Jet Set Radio.
Oh,
Jet Set Radio. Music both for Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah, like being able to have those, I guess, like those inspirations and like you know, putting that into your own thing, your own like song. It's very, I guess, rewarding compared to like having someone else do it, you know?
Yeah. And I really enjoy it. Love myself a good sample. Love myself a good sample. There will be more.
I'm hoping for future tracks. With Complete the Circuit though, you did work alongside former IDOLEYEZ alumni Meow It's Martha as the lyricist for the song. What were you wanting from those lyrics for that song?
I turned to Martha and I was like, "Hey man, do you still have your lyrics commissions open?" And they went, "Yeah, I do actually." And I was like, "That's wonderful." if I just paid you to cook, here's some of the ideas I had. I was like, I sent like some of the stuff from there. It was like I had a lot of a boy and his robot. It was tentatively titled that. Um, and like I sent over like a bunch of like proto men stuff. Like I sent over hold back the night and light up the night and stuff. And I was like, here, just could you cook? Could you? And Martha like worked out like the top line and everything. Um, and they came back with something, and they're like, let me know what you think. It's robot themed, and it fits the parameters that like it fits. It's inspired by the proto men stuff that you sent me, and I went, it's a robot fucker song.
I'm yep, you know what? Sure.
The implications of this song are that I'm fucking this robot. So I so I ran with it. I ran with it. I edited some of the things in the track to line up with it. I sent it. I like recorded it, and I like shipped it off to Maeve DeVoe, for mixing, and that's. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted, but until Martha until Martha gave them to me, so.
um, but I guess segueing into that, you did say you sent Martha like a bunch of proto men. I like first listened into it. I first thought of the proto men, and I also thought about the megas because like you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So. But
God.
yeah. Would you say like that was the vibe you were going for that entire track?
Kind of. So what's interesting is that I sent Martha the proto men stuff, and it's like I really like the way that this all flows, this vibe, everything, like the lyrical content. Are you able to work with this? Recorded it, sent it all up, like did some minor things, sent it off to Maeve, and Maeve sent it back with proto men style production, sight unseen. I don't know if Maeve even knows who the proto men are. Like I don't know. But I got it back in the email, and I was like, I listened to it, and I was like, this is the proto men. This is like we had the proto men at home. And I sent it in like the manager chat. I sent it to Ashes and Kay, and Kay is a big fan of the proto men. Like actually had seen them live and followed their work for like a long time. And I sent it, and Kay was like, "This is the proto men at home. This is the proto men at home." And I was like, "Yep." So yeah, sight unseen, Maeve DeVoe just added that extra layer on top. So yeah, we didn't even tell her.
Immediately just got that vibe.
She got clocked, yeah.
Wow. If I ever make a song, I'll go to them for something.
Yeah, their production is so fucking good, man. They're chef's kiss. I'm like playing with this plastic thingy I found.
We did briefly talk about the third track, Perfect Future, how it was like a song that was marinating, and then you know, with everything came to be.
Yeah.
What would you say like is the main story of the lyrics in that song?
So like we played around, like what we wanted this song to be. A long time ago, Aiden played a character for a thing that was unreleased because I was going to have like a tokusatsu like mini series that I put on my channel many years ago, and it just never came to fruition because we were really just fucking around, and that's all lost now. But you know, we kind of played with that idea because Aiden essentially plays the character of Moltrix, who is the villainous antagonist character for when my project used to have a wider universe, a wider, more well-defined universe, and it comes from that. And it is basically because this character is kind of no longer extant. For this is essentially like a send off for the character in concept, and that's what we worked with. We listened to. I sent over Double Action and Action Zero from Kamen Rider Denno, which are songs that like are like, here's like the Kamen Rider men, and then here's like the Imagine from like the show, and they're talking about their feelings about about being a Kamen Rider. Like it's the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, this is great. George is a massive fan of Toku, and really like pump the track up to be more and more Toku-y.
Yeah.
It was really fun working on it with them, and basically it morphed into like, here's what I want out of all this, or like, here's what I've wanted out of all this. All right, well now here's what I wanted from all this, and we understand each other, and it's not necessarily at odds. So and then the character is now
Dead.
my wife.
Oh. Shit.
Allegedly. I don't know. Not necessarily. Oh no, God, no. Okay. Is this better?
It is censored.
Let me reload. Oh. Let me reload. We could not start the video, sorry.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh.
You know what?
Whatever
Technical
shall we do?
difficulties is like the seasoning for like a good Idoleyez episode. Happened with Melancholia, happened with Aiden. So yeah.
Alright, let me
Chat, tell me your favorite Pawn Ranger song while I vamp.
Alright, we got this. Alright, I think it's back. Let me know if you need me to resend the link.
Oh no, it's good. We're good.
It's good. We got this. We're doing this, bro. Here you go. Okay, good. All right. Do I look normal still?
Lighting is a little bit Vaselined up. I think a little blurry. Okay, we're good. We're good.
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
But, yeah. Talking about like I mean, like it is good that you took something that you couldn't like fully complete and then like have a song about that, you know, just to go full circle and just complete the circuit, as they say. But but with the song reprising lyrics from Guardian, would you consider this the sequel song, or like, you know?
It's an equal. Turns out I have a leitmotif now. Did you know that?
Whoa.
I have a which is great. We'll talk a little bit. I guess we'll talk a little bit later about the fact that I played Undertale and Deltarune for the first time while doing the aesthetic direction for this album, for the CP. But I think that's funny that's how that's lined up into place. But is it what like I guess I have my own leitmotif now, and it's Guardian. I'm who knew?
Who knew?
But is it the squeakquel?
Squeakquel, yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, like I don't know why I put squeakquel.
For that phrasing alone, yes.
I would assume it's George that is the narrator on the track. Am I correct?
Him.
It is him. Okay.
That's him.
Gotcha. I guess yeah, we went through like being inspired by the Proto Man and also like older Kamen Rider themes. Cool. Might as well segue into the best named track ever. I Want to Die Like a Gamera House Girl. Where did you where did you get the inspiration to name it that?
So that was a tentative title. I mean, it was originally just going to be called Kaizo Ningen, or in parentheses, the thesis. But back in 2023, I found a whole stack of old anime magazines. Back in the day, there is no distinction between anime, manga, Japanese games, K-pop, and Japanese cinema, which is a crazy thought. All of these are completely
It's just
different.
yeah, it's just merged
niches.
together.
Just merged together, and they would just show up in magazines. Like you would have stuff in anime magazines, not only just about, just about the releases coming out, but like for anime and manga. But like you would also like have articles about like here's the newest Final Fantasy game, here's Kingdom Hearts, here's this, K-pop, this K-pop act came to the States. K-pop, Korea is basically Japan, right? Like shit like that. And like the idea that K-pop is anything is like K-pop and J-pop are interchangeable is a crazy thought nowadays.
Yeah.
But and then like J cinema, like things that are like Japanese cinema that like that isn't even related to like movies. Like I think like that isn't even related to like anime film, like got covered in the back of like I think it was like Anime Insider. And I flipped through and there was a review for Vampire Girl vs. Frankenstein Girl, which is a pink film, which is essentially softcore porn.
Yeah.
The horror movie House from 1977 and the Heisei Gamera trilogies all getting like Western releases
Right.
at the time. And the title of the article,
Oh, I'll just
if
show
you want to
it.
toggle
Yeah.
it up on stream, is I Want to Die Like a Gamera House Girl. and it's stuck. And it's stuck. Which is crazy. Ultimately it's a song about, I mean, it's a song inspired also by real life experiences, because I had an immensely difficult last 365 days. Many times where I had almost died, which is crazy. And like all of that is built into like the lyrics for it. So the title may not necessarily have anything to do with the lyrics, but it is entirely planted in a time and a feeling that this track is inspired by. This is the first time I've ever wrote lyrics, so if they're bad, who knows?
I say they were good. Yeah. I would say like also with Complete the Circuit, but also with the final track. I think that's like the first time I've heard like a kaigai idol like kind of go with like the indie rock or like garage rock type of vibe. Yeah. Is there anyone else that does that?
The only person that comes to mind is Melancholia.
Oh, right, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But like he did more shoegaze even. I this is the type of music I listen to when not listening to like not listening to just like idol music, which is my thought. Like a lot of, I mean, other than ska, right? Like other I'll never turn my back on ska, but like I like bands like Man or Astro Man, and like now disgraced, but what can you do with indie bands, right? The Phenomenauts, um, and the Cramps. That I listen to a lot of new wave. Like I listen to a lot of Devo and a lot of Talking Heads and um, Oingo Boingo and various other like new wave experimental stuff. Even though that doesn't neatly map over the indie rock, garage rock sound, but they all live in the same inspirational wheelhouse, I think, in my head. So these are all the types of music that I listen to outside of like Japanese idol music.
Neat.
It doesn't mean I'm pushing away the regular idol sound for good, but it is something that I seek to explore a little bit
Yeah,
more.
like it's good to do something different. I was so surprised first listen with Complete the Circuit and also this track. Like the vibe that you would get from listening. I guess we did talk about like
Yeah.
the story of that song and like how it came to be from everything that happened to you. So like on the Spotify listing, I think you were listed as the lyricist, and then composer was Gabby something.
Yeah. They're great. They're a like shoegaze like indie rock producer. I think they're based in Spain now. They recently moved countries. They moved countries actually while the production of Gamera House Girl was going on, so I'm not exactly sure where they live now. Like either Italy, Europe, Italy, Spain, France area.
Europe.
All wildly different countries, but
Right.
but it was really fun. I think this is the first time I've ever had like a producer like reach out, um, interested in working with me. I and it was really fun. I would definitely work with them again.
I I would say keep working with them because like
Yeah.
the instrumentals were really good. I'd say. Mm. um, out of the entire three songs, out of the entire EP, what would you say is your favorite song to listen to, and also your favorite song to create?
So my favorite song to listen to, but by virtue of being something that I have listened to like every single week for like the past year, is Complete the Circuit. Um, so good. I also love I love the production on the track. I can't say it enough, but I am so incredibly blown away by like what the work that Maeve did on Complete the Circuit, that like every time I like listen to the track I'm like, I'm never making like a live vocal backing track for this. This will stay full volume forever. This is so good. Everyone needs to hear it, whether they like to or not. But one of my favorites in general, like that I from working on is in fact Gamera House Girl. Making lyrics is far more like vulnerable than doing composition for me. I guess with composition you can just like, it can be anything. It's up to interpretation with the other person, right? But lyrics are so much more direct. And I've taken poetry courses before. I've written poetry. um I mean, I'm not, they're not out on the internet. But like it was an interesting experience to write song lyrics for the first time, and I look forward to doing it again.
Yeah.
But it's like asking me to pick a favorite child.
Very difficult question, I'd say, because like that was everything that you created. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's everything that I like was like deep in the guts of. Really.
Was there anything that you wanted to include in the EP but couldn't?
We're cooking. A lot of the times with like making music, sometimes things can in fact go into like production hell. Um, I've had some stuff that's been like in the oven for like a really long time. I know I wanted to put a song that I have had since 20
2020?
21
Oh, 21. Okay.
2021 that has been cooking, baking, marinating, nearly done, just waiting to get done. And I thought about putting it on the EP, but like I ended up deciding against it because it didn't really like fit well with everything. Full album, maybe in the future. Um, but that's my thought. Where like anything that I like was working on. I also have a couple other things like that I'm cooking with like people like Uwer from Purgatory, um, that wouldn't have been able to like been made yet in time. Like there's just time. There needs to be like it needs to cook a little more. You know, they need more time to cook. Um, you know, it really often is a matter of like how long does it take for things like this to um uh for a song to be made.
Yeah.
And yeah, but there's a lot of things I thought about including on the EP, but I ended up not.
Well, hopefully that song does appear on the full album, whenever that comes to be.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm like almost to a full album. I'm almost to a full album with songs in the pipeline. So we'll see what that happens.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, like the EP is a good like sampler
It's a good
for startup for like a full album. So can't wait for
Yeah.
that. Was there anything that you wanted to change from the EP?
I can always nitpick little things in the production for myself, things in my recordings that like I thought were really fun at the time. I thought that I really liked and I committed to, and then by the time the album came out, I was like, no, no. I can always nitpick it, but the work is out there now. There's no changing it. It's done. It's done. It's
Yeah.
done, and it's cooked, and it's presented, and it's served. Um, I also kind of want to take this moment to like talk a little bit about like my inspirations for the EP, because like they are really important, especially for the visual elements. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was
Am
gonna
allowed?
ask. I was gonna ask like, with the album cover, it's kind of like simplified, I'd say. So it's just like the
Yeah.
the album title or EP title, and yeah, compared to like Guardian, it's your art on blue. Sanjo, also your art. This just very much contrasting with that. Like, what
Yeah.
was the thought process for that?
So, truth be told, during the process of making the EP, and the last stretch of it, when everything was sent off into the mixing phase, and it was time to start working on the graphic design, I had started playing like Undertale for the first time. I somehow for 10 whole years, one, didn't play Undertale. Despite having many friends that have played it, love it, it is a beloved classic for them. And two, know nothing about the story and know nothing about
Really? Like
yeah,
nothing.
know
Not,
nothing about what happens other than like the vague well the vague premise that would like show up, like the vague, like the vague synopsis of like kid falls down and into a fantastical hole and meets a bunch of crazy characters, and like and that people are like crazy theory crafters, and like that there's like three routes and that's it. I didn't play it, and then I was like I was really bummed about something had happened. I just had a really bad day, and I was told like recently, like, you should play Undertale, you should keep playing Undertale. not keep playing it, but like you should start it soon. um it could be really fun to have a hobby outside of doing idol stuff, because I was just like grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding, and feeling like I wasn't really getting anywhere. And I was like, you know what, yeah, I guess I can take a break. And I booted up the game, I started playing it, and I couldn't stop playing it. I crushed through my pacifist route over the course of like, not pacifist, my neutral route over the course of 3 days, and crushed out my pacifist route out in the next two. Crushed it out. Like I had to pace myself to sit instead of sitting there and like playing it for like 8 hours. It was that good. And the story really resonated with me, because ultimately, like, Undertale is about forgiveness and moving on and moving past things, which really fits. And I think what's really interesting is that for Gamera House Girl, in the like inspirations for like the visual component before I headed off for music stuff, is the screenshot of the "despite everything, it's still you." Yeah. And I finished Undertale, and then I immediately played Deltarune, a fucking course. Yeah, like, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I crushed out like all 4 chapters in like a couple of weeks, like taking breaks for like events and stuff. But I like just straight crushed through it. And it, while it's not necessarily like a sequel, or like it's like I would say it's more like an equal to Undertale, in the same way that like Rocky Horror and Shock Treatment are equals, where like the same characters appear and the story is different. There's more it wants to tell with it, and the way that the engine works is like you have the chapters coming out, and they're all their own individual games, and you can load the save file from your previous game or choose to start fresh from your from nothing,
Right.
at any point. And ultimately all of the characters, I mean, Chris, Susie, and Rousey are characters that like are people that are fundamentally like lonely, given their circumstances. I won't spoil anything, and it really resonated with me. And leading up to the game, was like after as I finished Undertale, and they're like, my friends are like, "You want to play Deltarune?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." They're like, "There's a character in this game that's just like you," and I was like, "No, that's not gonna happen. That just doesn't know." And they're like, "Yeah, and you're gonna see it. And it's Susie Undertale, no, it's Susie Deltarune. It's Susie Deltarune." And I'm like, "No." And then as like, I think this is a character that ultimately feels like they don't fit, and are seeking for the ways that she does, and it hit. Oh, buddy, it hit. And of course, playing these 2 games like opened the floodgates for me to check out some of the other stuff that I've been like a longtime fan of. Like I was a Homestuck back in the day. I grayed up face paint. I read it like back when I was like 12 in like 2011. And then I followed it through to like the time that it ended. I was really involved in like the major fandom stuff. If you've ever seen a picture from New York Comic Con where there's like 1,000 people in a hallway, I was there. It's crazy. It's the thing that made me want to become an artist, which is really unfortunate that you can't read it anymore.
Really?
The original creator took down the archive.
What?
I don't know. The original Andrew Hussey took down the unofficial Homestuck archive. I have it on my computer. It's an offline copy of the webcomic. but you can't read the original anymore. Um, and I've been in the process of rereading it. I'm back on Act 5, and I never realized how much the art in this webcomic like has had influenced me, the way that it influenced my own personal taste in music, the way I use color, the way I like interpret things and create things for visual art and layout. Um, and on top of that, while this floodgates continue to open as I'm playing Undertale, as I'm playing Deltarune, as I'm rereading Homestuck, I get a notification that one of my favorite RPGs of all time, Off, is getting a remake.
Yeah. Came out.
With the original artist Mortis Ghost attached, and another person that has deeply influenced my art and my stuff, and it's literally sitting on my desktop. It's staring right back at me, and I can't play it until Monday. But you know, all of those kind of culminated into the final product. The sheer minimalism of the album art, and I'm also like working back and forth with the printer for the physical release because I had some issues with the files that I had sent. Um, Also reflects those same sensibilities. Um, and it was pointed out to me with the new costume and everything, that the costume reminds them of like Undyne. Have you played Undertale?
I played half of it, and then I watched who did I watch? I watched Etika play it, and then Joel from Vine Toss play it like literally 10 years ago. So I do know what you're talking about. So yeah.
I have essentially, I mean, I've reminded them of Undyne. So that's where the big, I mean, ultimately, can you tell what game I played? It's got a big fucking heart like right here. Like it's got a big fucking heart right on the chest. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a culmination of all of my interests and influences that I've had, long time influences and new ones. So I hope to continue to put those into my work in a more conscious way. Anyway, if anyone wants the link to the unofficial Homestuck archive, I have it. I have it. Please read this. Please read this webcomic. I assure you, for all the cringe stuff, I am leading the charge of the reevaluation of this piece of media as a genre-defining work for webcomics, for online storytelling. It's good. It's good. I can't tell you what happens in it. You're just gonna have to let it take you there.
Just have to go in blind.
It's good. And you're gonna be surprised that you like it.
Okay.
To your audience.
Yeah. Audience. Try to get
Hi.
the archive some way, somehow.
I have it.
Yeah.
I have it.
But
But yes.
I think like like the only Homestuck related thing I remember from like years ago was Sweet Bro and Hello Jeff. And that's not even Homestuck.
It is Homestuck.
It is?
It's literally the webcomic that one of the characters makes.
But yeah. I just remember the loud voices and stuff. Yeah,
we're making this happen.
Yeah. Read Homestuck. Or Sweet Bro and Hello Jeff.
Read Homestuck and Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, because you need both to read Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
But it's good that you, I guess, you played through like all of Toby Fox's stuff and then like read through Homestuck, and like that kind of went with the EP. So yeah. Segueing into that, might as well get into our final section. Future/retrospect. Inspired by like a conversation that we had literally last month, 2 months ago. I think the day after
2
Puka
months
Puka.
ago,
Yeah. I think like we were talking about I guess the scene in general, the US scene. So like as someone who's a prominent figure in the East Coast scene, like how do you see the scene as it is now?
It's interesting to see how it's been growing. You know, as it's hard to think of myself as someone that's like a prominent figure in the East Coast scene.
Really?
You know how that is. Yeah, it's hard to think of myself as that because in my mind's eye, I am literally just some guy. But
No.
I'm just a little guy. How do I? But the scene as it is now, it's opening and it's widening. For so many different things. It's not just it's the perception of like kaigai idols in the states is that kaigai idols are only American, and that you know um, for a lot of people that's the perception that kaigai idols are only Americans. And then if they come from another country, like if it's like the idol scene in Thailand, or if it's the idol scene in Taiwan, or the idol scene in Australia, it's not, because there's something, it's viewed as something a bit more legitimate. And the thing is that like I don't think that's the case. Um, I think I think we are all idol.
Yeah.
Yes. But the like but in the states it's widened out so much from conventions to the point where conventions are starting to not be able to provide the same fidelity of quality of experience that like venue related events can. And I don't think there's anything necessarily bad about conventions. That I think that as the needs of the community grow and change, you know, the AV needs and the other things, the other needs that performers are going to have to like the conventions are going to have to work with the scene to continue to beef that up on their end if they want to continue to have this style of content at their events. I'm trying to think what else, but like um, it's interesting. Cons have their own usage as like in terms of audience, but it's no longer the only option.
Right.
It's it's no longer the only option you have to perform. Um, and now as it continues to grow, renting out a space is also no longer the only way to do a venue style event. Um, we now work with venues. We now work with venues, which is crazy to think. That means I I don't want to sound as if I'm saying like it's more legitimate, but it it is a different level of professional,
Professional, yeah,
like,
as I say.
yeah, it's a different area of access, um that venues are willing to work with kaigai idol performers and see the value in our performance style, and that there is an audience for this, and that there is value in being a venue that books like a kaigai idol act or a set of kaigai idol acts together, um, which has been really nice to see. I mean, I saw that venue for uh, Oshi Sparks' event Idol Harmony, and it was huge. It was like packed. I'm like, I don't know, did they sell out? I think they did. At
I
least I hope they did.
think so. Yeah.
um,
But
but yeah,
yeah, like as it is now, with the scene growing, we are absolutely able to just break out of like the convention scene and just having like an idol, like a small idol showcase, but like being able to actually have separate events, like Idol Harmony, like World Chaos, like Bread Party, like
yeah,
Pinku Party, like Aiden Party, or Chromastasia Party, whatever they want to call it. But like, it's good that we actually have that, and like, it's good that we Kaigai idols are having a better reputation to have, that that level where they can just contact venues instead of just like, hey, I'll pay you da 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 and whatever.
yeah.
But yeah,
And it makes life easier. I mean, I don't know how to say this. I mean, I always feel like I sound really weird when I bring up like the financial aspect, but that is a very real reality of um being a professional artist is that um is the financial related things. And working with venues allows us to put on more things cheaply and allows us to be paid for our work, which is fantastic actually.
Yeah. Um, I guess going or contrasting into that, like, what do you think needs to improve with the scene?
I think with the sheer amount of events happening, I get the sense, and the anxiety is not unwarranted, that um, there's a situation where it's like there's a feeling with so many events, and eventually they are going to conflict, or there will be conflicts and things like that. Not everyone can go to every single event. Um, of the the picture that's like the person bringing their cake to the table and they're like, "Oh man, my cake sucks." Um,
Right.
when in reality, the audience is going, "Wow, two cakes." I get this. I get the feeling that a lot of kaigai idols see a lot of these events, um, and they look at each other and they go, they're looking at what they have and looking at other things and going, "Well, my stuff's not good enough. I'm gonna get bowled over. I'm gonna get crushed under all this." And when in reality it is, wow, two cakes. And I think the scene can be improved by a feeling that the success of one event is not necessarily going to like kill you. It's not, there's no such thing. There's no, it's not going, like, it might, it might cause a scheduling conflict. It might cause some like a split between where people can go, because no one can be. I was about to say not
Two different
everyone can be in
places.
two places at
Yeah.
once. No one can be in two places at once, but it's not life destroying. It's not over. It's not over if there's a scheduling conflict, and I saw a lot of that anxiety with like Idle Space and Idle Harmony. What's going to happen now that there's this big event that has a lot of draw happening nearby the convention center. Meanwhile, we have these people here, and it's wow, two cakes. There's wow, two cakes.
Right.
Wow, two cakes, and that's fantastic, actually.
Yeah. I'd say like the more the merrier. Even if like they are going head to head, you have the choice to choose
Yeah,
which event to go to. But
yeah,
yeah, I'd say like more events, more opportunities for idols to perform at. So it's pretty good.
yeah.
Um, where in a couple years from now, where do you see this scene going?
I see, like, I see right now a audience of people that are merging with VTuber fans.
Right.
And I don't think that we're so different. I really don't. A lot of kaigai idols go on to be VTubers.
Yeah.
It's the transferable skills are there. This is our own community for all intents and purposes. This is our own family. And the important thing is that like I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I see in the future a convergence, a mixing of kaigai idol performers
With
with
VTubers.
with VTubers occupying the same performing venues and helping each other out, like hand in hand. I see that, especially since there has been so many. I mean, in my own experience as a kaigai idol, as a creative, so many fans from like specific VTuber fan communities have found me and show up. And not only do they show up, they also show up wearing their respective like fandom like stuff.
Right.
And it's always fun to look out and I see people in Mint Hoppy. And I know, and and I see people in Mint Hoppy. I see KFPs all the time. Love those KFPs. I think they're so cool. I see like oh no, what is the Gigi brat? Are they
Yeah.
brats? They called brats.
Oh, that's
I see
Bay's
them,
thing.
yeah.
But
Oh, Bays? This one Bays. Okay, I'm not Bay. Not okay. Gigi. What is Gigi's?
Grems, I think. Pretty sure.
Grems, yeah, Grems and Brats actually. I see it, and that's the thing, and through that, I feel like the I feel the camaraderie.
Yeah.
I don't know Kiara. I don't know Mint. I don't know them personally. I don't think I don't think I've ever met them, and we most certainly have never worked together, but through that there's camaraderie, and that makes me happy.
Right. Like even with me, like the Convergence thing even started like way before IDOLEYEZ, because like there's this specific VTuber named Pomu Rainpuff who used to do like
Yeah.
very much idol stuff and like led call and mix tutorials, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And then
I saw you.
Yeah.
I see the Pomudachis. I see them too. I see them. I see them.
But yeah, with Idol Harmony, like you got Pengi, you got Kikihime, you got Phoebe like performing on stage, and then you had Utano Pandora, and then Pia P.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like there would be someone that is a Pia P fan or like a Utano Pandora fan that don't know kaigai idols, and they see like Phoebe or Pengi perform, and they're like, oh cool, that's a new fan that'll join the community, hopefully, right?
Yeah, and that's important. They're VTubers are our friends. VTubers are our friends, and they're not going to steamroll us. I think they're. If they do, can they please be gentle?
But,
Please.
but yeah, hopefully there's gonna be more, I guess, conglomeration. Shout out to the conglomeration. Like of VTubers and kaigai idols doing events together. I guess focusing back on you, kind of. Is there anyone like in the kaigai scene that you look up to?
I mean, I feel like being like I love my friends. I see my friends doing a lot of fantastic work. I see like Aiden's like second album premiere party happening in September. I see my friend Phoebe continually climbing to like higher and higher heights. Pengi is climbing to higher and higher heights, and I really look up to them for all that.
Right. Yeah, it is. As someone who's like outside of IDOLEYEZ friends with Pengi and Phoebe, it's good to see them have that spotlight and get more fans as a result of that. So
Yeah.
Now focusing back on you, what would you say? I'm gonna guess like it is Bread Party, but what would you say is like your favorite performance from this year?
I think from this year, oh, it's a tough one. Yeah, Bread Party, but also like, oh, that's a hard one. Again, making me pick a whole child. Are you fucking kidding me? From 2025, just 2025, or from August 16th, 2024 to August 16th today.
I guess if you wanna, yeah, you know what? Let's include that.
I can widen it
Yeah.
out. So one of my favorite performances from the past wider year is the one that I did at AWA Starlight Idol Fest, and guesting at Northwest Idol Fest, the last Northwest Idol Fest.
Yeah.
For now.
for
Oh,
we're gonna go back to
no.
Seattle. But yeah, oh shit, no, I was not there
Yeah.
because I had to do. I was waiting in line for Bupon, but I did see you in Heisei 2, and that was great. And then
Yeah.
I finally saw a solo set at Puku Puka, and I'm like, yeah, I finally saw
Yeah.
Pan. But yeah, on the contrast to that, what would you say is the toughest performance?
The toughest performance was in fact the Kaizo Ningen release performance at Otakon. I was terrified
Why?
about it. Releasing it was such a big event for me. It was such a massive accomplishment that it's such a massive accomplishment that like there was so much pressure and it was a good performance. I felt it. I felt so much pressure for it to be absolutely excellent, and you know, I don't and that made it tough for me.
Yeah, I was there any video of that? No, there
I
wasn't.
took one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I took one. It's just not up yet.
Gotcha. But I do kind of want to see that. I think we asked this like last year, but like might as well have like an updated thing. Like since there's idols, new and old or tenured, that watch this, what is like like advice that you give them in general?
I'm going to point to my statement about what could be improved upon in the U.S. scene right now. Wow, keep this in your mind. I'm gonna look in the camera as if they're looking at me. Keep this in your mind. Wow, 2 cakes. Wow, 2 cakes. No one is going to crush anyone. There's no such thing. We all eat. We all eat. So that's my advice. That like as things become more and more professional, as more and more events show up, think about it like this. In Japan, in Tokyo, there is like 6 idol things going on at any given moment at venues 5 minutes away from each other. 5-minute walks. That's barely, or ones that are right next to each other.
Yeah.
As the scene gets bigger and bigger, scheduling conflicts are going to happen, and no one is getting steamrolled. Idols in Japan, when their lives are right next to each other,
They know
they don't
that
get
it's
steamrolled.
like, yeah.
They know it's that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a little bit of a growing pain, but I think we're going to make it to the end of it. Just remember, wow, 2 cakes.
Wow, 2 cakes, the more the merrier.
Wow, 2 cakes. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Since we have like 4 months left in the year, are there any goals that you want to achieve before the year ends?
Relax for once. That's my big goal. This time of year is always spent prepping for the year ahead. So I hope that I have all my biggest goals. Man, I have some stuff that I'm not able to talk about yet. I have some stuff all together that I'd love to, you know, get all together to execute a plan for next year. Album, bread party, 5th anniversary. It's gonna 5 years next
That's
year.
crazy.
That's crazy.
It's been that long.
That's crazy. It feels like it hasn't. Like, you know, and before the year is out, I'd love to make sure that I'm prepared for 2026 because it's gonna another year of Pawn Ranger is coming, and I feel it, and and that's my big goal for this year is to relax and get ready for what's coming up next.
Well, can't wait for the future. And the future projects that you are going to do. This is like a spin-off variant of like a question that I usually ask, but like traveling back in time to 2024, what would you tell the Pond Ranger of that year?
Millions must hope. Millions must try. Which has been a running theme for the Kaizo Ningen thing, where it actually does get better. Even when you don't think it will. That's the thing. Like it's I'm trying to figure out a way to word this. It's just that you are making the right choices that you need to right now, and that they may not feel like they're the right choices. Again, to pull from Undertale, there is a line in the game that's like, "I'm working hard. I'm doing nothing, but I'm working hard doing nothing." And that was me last year, and working hard doing nothing is the right choice. So I did it. Yay!
Yay.
You did it.
You did it.
We did it.
I guess before we have the worst segment ever, do you have like any performances that you want to promote?
Boy, howdy. Oh boy, here's the shill zone. All right. Do you remember My Brother and Me? Did you ever listen to that podcast?
I listened to the pizza segment, and that's about it.
There's like a section at the end of each episode that's like the money zone, where they like push sponsorships and read fan messages, the whole thing. Wow, I am exposing myself and the type of person I was 10 years ago. But not even 7. So coming up tomorrow, a little late, but I'll be performing at What a Sounds Frontiers' first Taiban event with Japan Village. It's in Brooklyn, New York. Come see me. There's a bunch of really cool other idols there. I'm vibing. They moved it from the summer stage to inside because it's gonna be hot as fuck. So come hang out with us. There's a lot of like really cool little shops, and also please watch us. And also there's food, and also please watch us. If we do good here, then Japan Village may let us hit, as in continue to do a Taiban.
Yeah, do a volume 2.
But you know, what else? EP is still on sale.
Yeah. Pre-order.
Get your
closes
pre-order in.
on the 24th. Please buy.
Yeah, so you have one more week.
Yeah.
It comes with some really cool stuff. It comes with a sticker. I have it right here. It's still in plastic. I have a sticker for it, and I have a standee. What comes with this? I should probably know this as the person that's
Deco
showing it.
Checky, Sandy with your new outfit. Oh, it's
photos,
right there.
photos.
It's right. Shill Zone.
Yeah.
Sticker,
Shill Zone,
bromide,
right?
Sandy,
Bromide,
and Checky, and CD.
Checky. It's $40.
Yeah.
47 with shipping. It's a good deal. For all intents and purposes. All the commemorative stuff is really nice, and it'll come in a really nice package. I have the reason why the graphic design for this EP has taken so long is because I worked on the packaging for the pre-orders.
Ooh.
So all the it's gonna be really nice. So you should get one. So you can have it, because you'll never see it again if you don't get the EP pre-order.
Yeah. Please buy it.
But please buy it.
Please buy it. Please. All right. This concludes the interview part as we head on to a segment that people like for some reason called the worst pep talk ever, where I give you, Pawn Ranger, the 15th, a pep talk. All right, for 1 minute.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. There. Pawn, keep going. Keep doing what you gotta do. You know, there's always gonna be obstacles in your goddamn way, but you have to push through. You gotta push through. Oh shit. You gotta push through. You Kaizo Ningen. All the tracks are so unique, and it's good to have that unique sound, and I kind of want more. I want more. You know, it's good to like get out, like think outside of the box. You know, everyone has that typical. Not everyone, but you know this the idol sound. You know, but like with you and your concepts and the inspirations that come from it, I want you to keep going, and I want, you know, whenever that full album comes, I want to hear it. I want to hear what you make out of that. I hope I can see you again to perform, because when you performed that Puka Puka, it was awesome. And I really regretted not seeing you last year at Northwest Idol Fest because I was stuck in Phoebe's Bupon line. But I did see you in Heisei 2. And hopefully Heisei 2 happens again. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Just keep going. Keep goddamn going, Pon.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And yeah. As someone who has like a standout concept, I want you to just continue with it. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Minute 33. So, yeah.
Good enough. That's not for government work.
But, yeah. Pun. Yeah. You were one of Sunny, Phoebe, Royal, one of 4 Encore guests. So, it's pretty much an honor to get back on the show. So
And you let me come back on the show after I destroyed it.
I was watching live. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? But yeah, thank you for being on the show again, and hopefully we'll get you on for a third time for whatever project you'll have, or whenever there's like a special event and everyone wants to do Idolize again, like last time, like before Bread Party. But yeah, but you know what, Idolize is gonna happen again next week with a guest that I have been wanting since day 0, even before I thought about Idolize. And our guest for next Thursday, if I can show it, is Paida. It's goddamn Paida. It is kind of crazy that Paida accepted his invitation to be on Idolize. Oh my
Congratulations.
God. But yeah, we're gonna have Paida on Thursday, August 21st, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, and 7 p.m. CST. So, oh my God, what? What?
Wow.
2024 me. What? But yeah, Paida next week, next Thursday. Very cutting it close here, but yeah.
But yeah, wow, holy shit! Congratulations.
Yeah. I wouldn't have expected to get Paida, but oh my God, the show is
crazy,
has a reputation now. So
moving up.
Moving on up. Yeah, but if you haven't followed or supported Pawn yet, yeah, follow Pawn Ranger now. I still have that from the last episode, but
I'm gonna be so annoying on Twitter.com about the video game off.
Yeah.
Come meet Sherbert with the pervert.
But yeah, the VOD for this episode will be up, I want to say, tomorrow. I'll put up the early announcement will be on IG around 12 p.m. EST, and then Twitter probably 3 hours later, because I can't schedule IG posts. So yeah, and I have work. So, but yeah, thank you, Gon. Thank you, Gon. Thank you again, Pawn, for being on the show. And yeah, that is it for
Yippee.
this episode. Take care, brush hair, be kind,
You too.
rewind. We'll be going to our ending screen. Bye bye.
Bye.